Alright, hello party people. So, today we're going to have a look at some disturbing news, but not as surprising as we might like it to be. So, according to Scott Moe, the Premier of Saskatchewan, 2 people have been charged for setting wildfires in Saskatchewan. A place that is currently looking at more than 200 fires, or has had 200 fires to date, which is somewhere well ahead of the curve for this time of year. So, Moe made the announcement Friday afternoon during an online news conference that provided an update to Saskatchewan's current wildfire situation. According to him, charges were laid in relation to a fire near Wayakin and fires set in the Smeaton-Snowdon area. Quote, the RCMP have informed us they have now charged a couple of individuals. RCMP confirmed 2 people have been charged with arson in relation to forest fires, though neither appears connected to the massive uncontained blazes that have threatened communities across the province. Appears. The first charge stems from an incident off Highway 696 on May 30th. Officers from the RCMP's Weskasiu, I do apologize, I don't speak Cree, were called to the scene of a rural fire located about an hour northwest of Prince Albert. Investigators determined this was deliberately set. RCMP says an 18-year-old Montreal Lake Cree Nation woman faces arson charge in connection with that investigation. A 36-year-old Pelican Narrows man also faces an arson charge in connection with fires in the ditch beside Highway 55 near Snowdon, located northwest of Prince Albert. So, not too far from the other. RCMP says the nearby Nipawin detachment was called to investigate reports that a man was setting fires in the ditch on June 3rd around 1:45 in the morning. The accused was scheduled to appear in Prince Albert on Friday, provincial court. As of Friday afternoon, 25 wildfires are burning in Saskatchewan, 7 considered uncontained. The video clip that you saw at the top of this story actually says it's now 6 uncontained. However, 3 have crews strictly working to protect property being threatened by flames. So they've basically given up on anything other than saving houses and homes, according to the Saskatchewan Public Safety Agency. Moe said many of the fires are human-caused, whether intentional or not. I'd like to know how many of them are intentional, personally. Many, if not virtually all of the fires that we're dealing with in Saskatchewan, although not intentionally, are human-caused. Some of those have been intentionally human-caused. Now, that kind of blows your whole climate change narrative out of the water, doesn't it? When we're being told that we need to pay more taxes to stop the fires because of climate change. Yeah. Anyway, we'll listen to a brief bit of this story and get out of here.
Police say an 18-year-old woman was arrested after setting a fire off Highway 690.
Now, I'm actually stopping this here just to point something out. If you have a look at the background, yeah, it would not take a hell of a lot to start a wildfire in an area that dry. Because grass is normally supposed to be green this time of year.
96. That was reported to Weskasiu RCMP on May 30th.
Weskasiu.
She was charged with arson. On June 3rd, Nipawin RCMP arrested a 36-year-old man for setting fires in a ditch near Highway 55.
Yeah, so your whole climate change narrative is crumbling pretty badly, at least in the case of Saskatchewan, where it appears almost everything is currently human-caused. And there's no indication that they're trying to link it to climate change. Yeah, even CTV isn't trying to link this shit to climate change anymore. So, yeah. So, that's the pulse for today. If you guys want to support me, there are always ways to do it. You can like, share. So, hopefully you guys are doing well, continue to do well, and as always, rise and rise again until lambs become lions. See you tomorrow. Hello, party people. So I'm attempting to make a go of this whole content creation thing, and I could really use your support, either monetary or, just moral. Though by moral, I mean please like and share, comment, send it out to your friends, your frenemies, your family, and your foes. In any case, another way you can support me, and I am changing my merch store over to Fourth Wall, which is why it still says Redbubble in the bottom. You also have the option to send me a tip on Ko-Fi. But in the meantime, until I get the Fourth Wall up, sorted, ready to go, I will be keeping the Redbubble store open for a little while. Some of the designs that are in the Redbubble store will not be repeated on Fourth Wall. In fact, I am considering moving to a somewhat more limited run sort of system for some of these designs. Some of them cease to be topical after a while. I still have a number of the let's call it the disease with no name designs. in any case, I do appreciate any support you guys give me, even if it is simply sharing it or even liking and commenting. Every comment I see, I will respond to. Other than that, as always, I hope you're well and continue to be well. Rise and rise again until lambs become lions. Bye-bye.